Good morning. God bless. Over my shoulder, my mother, may she rest in peace. The next gentleman we're listening to is by far one of the best musicians I have ever listened to in my life. Simple and plain, you would think, would describe him from surface value. But once you get into his life complex, full of love, such a beautiful soul. Let's get into an old throwback from, I believe, 1988. Randy Travis, I Told You So. Come on in. Reactions by Shawn Spilman.
Suppose I called you up tonight and told you that I love you. And suppose I said I want to come back home.
Oh, man.
And suppose I cried and said I think I've finally learned my lesson. And I'm tired of spending all my time alone.
Isn't that voice beautiful?
If I told you that I realize you're all I ever wanted, and it's killing me to be so far away, would you tell me that you love me too? And would we cry together? Or would you simply laugh at me and say, I told you so?
I gotta stop right there. What would you do, baby? What would you do, love? Would you tell me I told you so? Or would you embrace me in our time of struggle and hardship? See, humans will deny you in the time of your struggle and hardship. And as much as I know, country music has a tendency to beg women, right? Rap today has a tendency to tell women to F off, right? So they both are proper in their prospective place. Now, ladies, what would you do if the man that you loved comes back and would you say I told you so? Randy Travis, man, you're amazing, brother. Let's keep going.
Oh, I told you so. I told you someday you'd come crawling back and asking me to take you in. I told you so, but you had to go. And now I found somebody new, and you will never break my heart in two again.
Oh, that's sad.
If I got down on my knees and told you I was yours forever, would you get down on yours too and take my hand?
Question. He asked that question. What would you do? One in the comment, ladies, because this is for you. This is in a time where men weren't asking, well, not an open, I hope, but men weren't asking other men for their hands. So, women, this question is for you. What would you do? One, you'd take your lover back. Depends on what's going on. Two, you may consider. Three, hell no. When that door is closed, keep it closed. What's your thoughts, man? Beautiful music. Randy Travis, we love you and we are indebted to you for the great music you make.
Where'd we get that old time feeling? Would we laugh and talk for hours, the way we did when our love first began?
Man.
Would you tell me that you've missed me too, and that you've been so lonely, and you waited for the day that I return?
Oh, man.
And we'd live in love forever, and that I'm your one and only. Or would you say the tables finally turned? Would you say I told you so? Oh, I told you so. someday you'd come crawling back and asking me to take you in.
Before we close this out, I must pay homage to our OG, Randy Travis. When you think of George Jones, when you think of Merle Haggard, when you think of Elvis Presley, when you think of Willie Nelson, when you think of all these great musicians, what comes to mind? Great storytellers, great writers, great singers. They pour their heart into their story. Ladies and gentlemen, new artist, I must say this to you. Whatever you do, whatever music you make, put yourself into your song. Put your soul will shine through. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. How many of y'all remember that song in church? Randy Travis, it's an honor to be in a time where I can listen to your music and give my input, my reaction. And I thank you, all the people that watch this small channel that's growing. I thank you. You can be anywhere else in the world, but I thank you for your time. You have a blessed evening as we finish out.
I told you so, but you had to go. And now I found somebody new, and you will never break my heart in two again. And now I found somebody new, and you will never break my heart in two again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Travis, I told you so. Sharing with Shawn Spilman. In a world of craziness, I hope that this can be a place of calmness. I hope to almost be like Delilah. May she be honored and praised for all the people she has comforted during their hardships and their hard time. I, like most humans, honestly have my own political, spiritual, and political, and economical and societal views. I am human. I am flawed. Regardless of your race. See my grandbaby? I still got it. They marked me up. My grandbabies marked my hands and my toes. If I showed you my toes, you would be like, what the heck? Oh, you gotta love grandchildren. One of my granddaughters was like, Grampy, it's gonna wash off. And I'm emotional as I get older. You don't want the stuff from your grandbabies to wash off, do you? From a fighter to a spiritualist person, a spiritual person. Over my shoulder, excuse the light. I used to wonder why my mother would wake me up. Not intentionally wake me up. But I would wake up as she's crying and praying over me. See, all tears don't have to be. I mean, they do stem from a place of sorrow. But now I understand that as close as she was to God, as strong as her faith was, she knew the time with her baby is a crazy picture. I wish I had some younger pictures. Keep your baby's pictures. She knew that in the physical plane, as she knew it, that I would someday not be her baby. And that's how my own children are. They're grown now, with the exception of two, I'm sorry. They're grown and they have their own lives. And even though we're close, we're so close, and our grandchildren are close, we don't want the polish to wear off, to wash off. We know we cry tears. For me, it's hold on as long as you can to the people you love. Because there will literally be a time when you can't hold them. There'll be a time when you really cannot physically hold them. They will be a memory. It'll be a memory. How many of you out there have a mother or a father or grandparents or a husband or wife or brother and sister or children, God forbid you had to bury your children? How many of you have somebody or had somebody that is now just a memory? What would you do? What would you do to bring them back? What would you do? Today, make the best of your time with your loved ones. I even appeal to you, if there's people that you consider enemies, if you can find a way for resolution and peace, it's so good for the future generations. Randy Travis, I thank you. The floodgates have opened. This life is short. Tell the people you love them. Hug them. If you're wrong, ask God for forgiveness first in quiet. And then if it can be resolved, ask the person for forgiveness. I pray success in this world and the next. This life is short. Randy Travis, thank you for allowing me to get into a spiritual side. Randy Travis, I told you so. Please like and subscribe, and I thank you for all the donations. I thank you for the people supporting the channel. I ask for your forgiveness. If you come to this channel and it's a day that I'm riled up and it's some political or some spiritual stuff that I'm sharing and we may not see eye to eye, in the music, we can all be united. God bless. Shawn Spilman.